This morning we have many good questions, so I would like to cover. And also, if somebody is having questions on the other side, we can cover that as well. So if somebody or many people can come on video, it will be nice. But if it is not possible, don't bother. It's fine. Okay. Now the first question is on what you need to do. What is the starting point? Okay. If somebody is starting today, what should be the starting point? The starting point is to know why should you have Sila. That's the starting point. So this question has been asked, so I'm saying one liner. Why should you start, or what you should start is that you should ask the person, whoever that person is, what is Shila and why should you follow? Simple. Now, Sila in Pali means coolness, cooling. So there are two aspects. One is heating up, one is cooling. If I am persistently doing wrong things, it heats up. Okay. Now, what does that mean? Take a person like me. I've been telling lies, general lies, specific lies, constructed lies, or whatever lies. I've got used to it. Now, should I leave telling lies? The people say you shouldn't lie. But I don't know. I'm not too sure. So I go to one person whom I think he is a friend, spiritual friend, who knows better than me. So I go to him and say, look, I have this habit of lying. Is that good? And he says, no. But I'm not convinced. Can you tell me why? If I am that Kalyan Mitra or friend, I'll say that, look, if your lie is caught, you will be embarrassed. One. Two, if you observe, deeply observe, when you are telling lie, Vilas, you feel uncomfortable in the heart. Try. I say, I don't feel. I agree, you got habituated. Try. Okay, try. So this time around, like my friend said, I will observe. Indeed, he's right. In the heart region, I feel something uncomfortable. I really cannot say what is that uncomfortable, but it is. Next time I again lie. Again, I feel uncomfortable. Next time again I lie. Again, I feel uncomfortable. Fourth time, I decide not to tell lies. I feel relieved. Got it? So the nature of lie is to give you uncomfortable feeling. The nature of truth is to give you fearless. Here, fear is created. Here, fear is not created. Simple. Now the question. I'm going to Vyadhi. Okay? And listen to this carefully. I don't want to do Goenka's technique. But when that assistant teacher asks me, will you be doing Goenka's technique or do you know any other technique? I will say, no, I'll follow Goenka. But then I'll follow my own technique. Is that allowed? Answer is no. It's a lie. Second, I'm using the resources, the Dhamma hall, room, etc., which is given to me by Goenka people, not just given as a given. They're specific, they're very clear. that you should follow Goenka and you should take Goenka as your teacher. Now, I don't want to do Goenka technique there. I want to follow Buddha's technique. No, that's not allowed. Unless you convince an assistant teacher saying that I'll be following Buddha's technique, I will not be doing Goenka technique, which will disqualify you or disqualify me. So it's not only a lie, it is taking something which is not given to you, adinnadan. So now instead of one, I did the second one. Clear? Now, is it feeling making me feel uncomfortable? Yes. Even if I'm a thick-skinned person that I don't want to know that, then there is no point in going there. So then comes this sankharas, which will appear as pain in the body because I have told lies and I have also done this. Is taking something which is not giving, is stealing. So I have stolen the place because that I didn't have to apply for it. Somebody desirable, somebody better person could have been given that 10-day retreat. I've eaten up the resource. I can argue that no, it is Buddha teaching only. No, it is Goenka teaching. What does the board say? In the lineage of Ubakhin. They don't say in the lineage of Buddha. They are saying we are coming from Ubakhin and his teacher and Lady Sayadaw. And Lady Sayadaw, they have put reporting to Buddha. So as far as I am concerned, my teacher is Goenka. So if I don't take Goenka as my teacher, then there's no point in going there. So what all happened in the 10 immoral deeds? Vyapada have taken. Abhijja have taken. Michaditti have taken. Musavada have done. Adinnadana I've done. Only thing I didn't do is Kameshu Michachara, which anyway they'll not allow. And then they will not allow Panatipata. But Musavada I've done. Now the only thing is that they are not asking me to speak, so Pisuna Vacha, Parusa Vacha, Sampapalapa will not happen. That means out of 10 immoral deeds, 3 plus 2, 5 immoral deeds, I'm just doing. So am I not getting heated up? Yes, indeed. Some experience will come because of that environment. So when I come back home, I'm like a dog's tail. No difference. None of my family members can recognize me that I ever went to a retreat. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of resources. At least one better person could have taken a booking there in VRI and he could have done. If my intent itself is that I will follow whatever I want, why did I go there? No, not allowed. But arguing over it, no, it is Buddha's only, no, that only, no, will not serve any purpose. And also arguing that, no, they have that facility, so why not I use facility? No. Just like somebody has a house, will you just go that anyway they have facilities, so I'll go and do whatever I want? No, you can't. Similar. So like, example, I went to Shaniel's home. It is Shaniel's home, it's not my home. So I have to follow what Shaniel is doing. I can't dictate, saying that, no, it's my thing. No, it's Shaniel's home. In the same way, it's Goenka's place, not my place. In this place, I can do whatever I can follow Buddha, I can follow Buddha, I can follow Buddhu, I can follow whomever I want. Absolutely fair. So the starting point is Sila, to cool down, not Samadhi, not Panya, Sila. Because am I following Sila, the 5 Sila, 8 Sila, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. That's the first point. Why and how? You'll feel something in the heart, really in the heart. You should be very observant. You'll feel uncomfortable. While telling lies, you feel not easy, not comfortable. That is hiri, that you are doing something wrong. And the moral shame, uttappa, has to be there. In Anguttara Nikaya 10.76, okay, Buddha explains this. Tayo Dhamma Sutta, three Dhamma. Don't write. No, that doesn't help you. Hold on. What is Tayo Dhamma? Three Dhammas. Number one, why does a Buddha come? Because of Jati, Jara, Marana. Simple. There's nothing intuition about, you don't have to write it. Simple. A Buddha appears when there is Jati, Jara, Marana. And why does the Jati, Jara, Marana happen? Because of Raga, Dvesha, Moha. And why all of this, the remaining 8 I'll not cover, we'll cover some other day or some other time. The last one I would like to cover. It's because a person is literally shameless. Sorry to use this word, but yes, we all are shameless. Simple. And now we are here to develop shame. It's not that we are not wearing shirt or trousers. We are so shameless that we find a reason for doing wrong. I did this because of that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done. That happened. No, so I did it. So that means there's no consequence. You see, I might write books on Buddha Dhamma. But if you ask me, Vilas, why did you do this? And I'll come with a brilliant answer. Because of that person, or because of that situation, because of that condition, etc. But did you ever think the consequence of that? So there's another sutta which I will tell you is Devaduta Sutta. This is a very important sutta. You don't have to again make a note. You're sure you're going to die. I think many people don't know. They are in their la la land thinking that it's far away, no, after 90, 100, maybe 110, maybe after 300 years. Not today. Today I'm just 54. What is there? Long time is there. So in the Devaduta Sutta, the Yama asks, the same Yama, what is there in Hindu. Some people are crazy. They'll quit that religion and come to this religion thinking Yama is not there. They're wrong. Because in Hindu also there is Yama. They thought, no, that Yama and this Yama are different. So they change religion. It doesn't matter. Yama is Yama. He sends 2 messengers. It's called Devaduta. And they ask this question, my dear friend, we are taking you. You should be very happy now. Then he says, no. Very good. Did you not see the messenger coming? He says, no. Idiot. Every day the days are going. The Jara is happening. Didn't you see that the same Jara affects you? No, sir. What I did is I went and had my HB1 AC that is not having any sugar. Then I also verified my heart. It is in a very good condition. I also bought Polar H10, which is showing me the best heart rate I could ever have. But still, Jara is happening, my dear friend, that each heartbeat is going. You buy any gadget, you can't stop the heart from beating because it is autonomous nervous system. And heart as brain is not dependent on anything. It's autonomous. That means you can't control. So didn't we tell you it's anatta? No, sir, you told me, but I had some gadgets which no, that's what, right? So you didn't agree, just Jara. Beautiful. Now that COVID-19 had come, didn't you get any indication that diseases can come at any time, right? And you can be just another person who can get COVID-19 and anybody can die. And you might lose your loved one or you yourself might die. Didn't you know that? No, sir, that actually I took all my reports. Again, the same problem, right? You do not accept, basically. This is Jara, this is Vyadhi. Then the third Dhamma is Marana. You're seeing so many people dying. Didn't it appear to you, Vilas, that you're also going to die? Yes, sir. What I did is whenever I used to go to the death person's home, I used to ask them, how did he die? How did she die? They said because of heart attack, because of brain stroke, because but I check all my reports, sir. It is all in a good shape. That means you are not going to die. Correct? That's the indication. That means you are such an idiot that you don't want to accept what is really happening in nature. So you have to pay for that consequence. So that means you are not only shameless, you are also not able to understand this is a law of nature. Jara, Vyadhi, Marana Dhamma is law of nature. You can't dictate the law of nature. The law of nature will dictate it. It's other way around. So why should you be on Sila is because of Jara, Vyadhi, Marana. Not because you have to be, doing something of being in morality. You are in morality so that when death comes, the consciousness can get established in a better existence. So that's the first step that you know why you're doing. So Buddha Dhamma is not a blind faith. There is cause and effect. You remove this cause, there's no effect. So if I remove immorality from my life, nobody in this world can give me dukkha. Simple. So, so basically, I need to know whether I am moral or I'm immoral. That's the only thing. So, what does the Buddha say? In a nutshell, sabba papasa akaranan, kusalasa upasampada, satchitta pariyodapanan, etena buddhana sasanam. This is no point in reciting it and like a puppet and then just sit there and do exactly the same mistake, whatever I have been doing so far. Or write down in this book and copy that to another book, and from that another book copy to another book, and then from all the three book take a photocopy of it and then scan it and send it to your mobile phone, and then from the mobile phone to a computer. Instead of going inside the heart, it is going everywhere else. It makes no sense. Okay, so that's the first thing I would do as a sensible person if I want to be in Dhamma. So this is my starting point. I don't want to suffer. Now, the second is Buddha Dhamma meant for suffering? No. On the contrary, Buddha Dhamma is for pleasure. Now, I might say, no, 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 that's not true. For all those idiots like me who think Buddha Dhamma means you should refrain from something, should read MN 85, Bodhi Rajakumara Sutta, where Buddha explains his misconception that by putting pain he will get pleasure. Then he found that's not true. Or pain increasing, pain will not turn into pleasure. Only with pleasure you can find pleasure. So the Dhamma, that is training, not the phenomena, is pleasure. So Nibbanam Paramam Dukham? No. Nibbana Paramam Sukham. Provided you have found Sukha in the Sila, you have found Sukha in the Samadhi, then you find Sukha in the Panya, wisdom. However, I have broken the Sila and I have done Michha Samadhi. It is not going to lead anywhere except going into Arthakila Matanu Yoga, where I will manufacture more and more dukkha. So there are some people, I don't know how crazy people are. They torture their body or they torture their mind. They think they are owners to torture. Maybe they should get into hell existence. I guess so. Or they're preparing their ground for hell existence so that they can get tortured easily. Okay, when they are hungry, they don't eat. From there onwards, everything. What Buddha says, they exactly do the reverse way around. If Buddha says go to east, they'll go to west. Buddha says go to north, they go to south. Because what they say I shouldn't be doing. I should be something separate, different. That kind of idiot like me is unsuitable for Buddha Dhamma because I'm arrogant. I don't have, nobody can correct me. Even if Buddha were to come, he has to say, boss, you carry on. This is not for you. Because I have misunderstood so much and misinterpreted so much that even Buddha also can say that, oh, okay, wish that in next life you get rid of these misconceptions. But as of now, there's no respite for you. So the second thing I need to know is, have I understood for what I'm doing? It's pleasure, sukha. If somebody is following Buddha Dhamma for dukkha, that person will go into depression and he might also commit suicide in the name of Buddha, which will take him to directly to hell, DTH. You might think I'm going to heaven, but the ticket bracket says hell. Okay. Why? Again, the messenger of death. Are you owner of this body to torture? When this house was given to you to take care, did you take care? No. So that means what doesn't belong to you, you are doing it, right? It doesn't belong to you. None of our bodies belong to us. That's exactly what Buddha is saying, Nitam Mama. But taking the ownership of this body, I am abusing it to the highest degree possible, as though somebody has given something to me. Let's take an example. Aryu has given me this laptop. Now I come to Buddha Dhamma. I call laptop dukkha. So what I do? I start abusing the laptop. Why? Anyway, I don't want the laptop. Thinking that if I do like that, during death, at a time of death, I will pass the exam. And that messenger will say, did the laptop belong to you? I say, no. Then who gave you permission to abuse? So in that same Devadatta Sutta, you'll find the instead of the heaven door opening, the hell door opens. And directly in hell, or in animal, or in preta. Because of two mistakes I did. One, I misrepresented Buddha teaching, for which I had to go to hell anyway. And I added this another flavor of abusing, which anyway takes me to hell. In both the cases, I am in hell. Why did I do this? For pleasure. So what did I get? Pain. What did I wanted? Pain. Enjoy. Attakila matana yoga. When compared to this person, this kama sukhalukanu yoga person is far better. At least he's enjoying his life. Me, I'm neither enjoying that life nor enjoying spiritual life. I'm enjoying how to go to hell. So absolutely, see, hell doors are more than the heaven doors. If you see in any country also, the PR, permanent residentship, is few. Temporary visas are many, right? So a visitor, like in America, it's called alien visa. Okay. So you are not PR, having PR, or you don't have a citizenship because you don't qualify, or I don't qualify. So in Buddha Dhamma also, the qualification is not met. I might be going to monastery for that. Yes, thinking that this monastery will give me XYZ. Nothing. If I were to ask their family member, did you find any change in this person? Unfortunately, they have not seen any change, but in front of him or her, they can't say. In private, they'll say, you know what? But don't tell him. He will unnecessarily shout on me. That's all. 20 years lost. First 20 years is of waste. And next 20 years, he has gone only to some monastery or some puja or something. 40 is gone. Another 20 years goes in arguments. And the next 20 years is waste. Because nobody will listen to him anyway. And after that, his brain cells are dying. So he doesn't even know who he is. So then, done. So at the time of death, the Devaduta asked, my dear friend, come, come, come. Very nice. Did you understand Buddha's teaching? I say, yes, 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 I understand. What did you do? Neither I had Sila, nor I established Samadhi, and I don't have Panya. Beautiful. These kind of people will be garlanded in hell. They're very beautiful. This is the second thing. Now come to the third thing. Should you be a Sotapanna? And the answer is yes, and yes, and yes, and yes, and 100 yes if you want. Why? You have to cut the hell. And Tirachayoni, animal, Preta, Asura. Simple. If I have a doubt, am I Sotapanna or not? God only save you, boss. What I can do? What can Devaduta do? You should know it because you are dying. So you should know. Your neighbor knowing or not knowing is of no consequence. When the neighbor is dying, they'll ask. But today is your turn, Vilas, so you should know whether you are a Sotapanna or not. If Vilas has doubt, Vilas should answer. Vilas teacher can't answer. I know Devaduta, don't talk to Vilas. I will tell he's a Sotapanna. He'll say, wait, when I take you, I will find out. At present, it is this guy's turn. So I will ask him. Clear. So if I'm not a Sotapanna, jhanas are important but impossible. I can know what a jhana is, but can I enter into jhana? Zero. Then can I do vipassana? No. Can I do samatha? No. Can I get into shunyagara? No. Yeah, I can go to Burmese shunyagara. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. You construct anything you want and call it by whatever name in this world, you can do it. But as far as Buddha Shunyagara goes, it cannot happen. It's a wish unfulfilled. Because I didn't have Sila, so no Samatha. No Samatha, no Jhana. No Jhana, no Vipassana. No Vipassana, no Shunyagara. Done. Akankeya. Meaning one who wish. So it's important to know whether you're a Saddhanusari or Dhammanusari or a Sotapanna. I've been repeating this, but I get the same question and again and again. Makes no sense, but it makes sense to repeat it. I'm telling you that you should be a Sotapanna, not even a Saddhanusari, not even a Dhammanusari, to get into jhana. It would be a joke for that person to get into samadhi of Buddha. Are there any alternatives to this to enter into jhana? Yes, there are many alternatives. You don't have to follow what Buddha says. If your intention, or if my intention is to get into jhana, yes, stop the Buddha thing, go to anariya, meaning repetition. Ariya means non-repeating, anariya means repeating, cycle, round. First one is japa, repeat, whatever you take, including Om Mani Padme Hum, including Buddha, for those Buddhists who want to remain Buddhist, loyal to Buddhist, Buddhist as in religion, as in tradition. Even Jai Goenka, Jai Goenka, Jai Goenka also will work. Jaya Jaya Goenka, Jaya Jaya Goenka, Jaya Jaya Goenka. Keep on doing it, you will get into first jhana. How this is possible? Because you're cutting sensuality for that time being, you're suppressing it. So the difference between Buddha Dhamma and this Jai Jai Goenka is in Jai Jai Goenka, you're suppressing it by going to that retreat where you're suppressing it. Everything remains the same. Within the compound, you're not able to showcase anything of your negativity or defilement. So the shit remains, but it's within your underwear. That's all. But when you come out, the whole shit comes out because you have to remove your underwear. So obviously it has been there. So now I don't want to see the shit. What I can do? I can keep on reciting Jai Jai Goenka, it will work. For those people who don't like Goenka, they can say whatever they want. Even I can say Jai Jai Vilas also. That doesn't matter. As far as things goes, I need to repeat something. That repetition is samsara. Samsarana, going round and round and round. In Hindi, there's called chakki piece. Keep on doing it. Nothing wrong in it. I don't know. This some people have got misunderstood. Repetition has no problem. You'll come back to the same place. That's all. You start wherever you. It's like cycle. So what did our poor Buddha did? He said in Dhammapada, Mano Pubbangama Dhamma, Mano Setta Manomaya, Manasa Paduttena, Bhasati Va Karoti Va. So when you have Padutta, meaning you're disturbed in the mind, what happens? It's like a chakra. Chakra means wheel. It follows you, boss. You can't help it. Unfortunately, it follows. You cut it. Absolutely fair. But at present, it follows. Whether I say Jai Goenka or I say Jai Vilas or I say Hare Rama Hare Krishna or I say Om or I say Buddhu or Buddho or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's repetition. But it will establish me in first jhana because I'm suppressing the sensuality. When I have suppressed sensuality, can the hindrances also get suppressed? Absolutely. So I join a 60 days course retreat in Goenka. Absolutely it'll work. I make it 600 days. One more it'll work. I make it 6,000 days. It will even more work. I'll make lifetime. Actually, what I could have done, I would have killed a person or somebody killed somebody. I take on my head and go to jail and sit. That's the best thing, right? No, and it's a lifelong sentence. And when the judge asks, "Did you do this killing?" I say yes. Why? Because I don't want to talk to outside world. So basically, I can go to jail and sit there because, and then I will tell the judge, "Sir, I want a shunyagara. Please, sir, one place to shit. Okay, that's all. Water there, not there, I don't care. I'll just want to shit there, and whatever food you give, I'll eat it, and then I'll sit, sir." Okay, very good. But the day I'm released from the jail, if at all, then the same problem. Okay, I died in that place. Next life, exactly in the same place where I left it. No difference. Why? Because I didn't do anything there. None of my defilements are gone. I just created another external environment and I sit. Nothing has happened. After that death, again I come back to the same place. Now, this time with more problem because I told a lie that I didn't kill someone, but I took it on my head. It has to be punished. So then again, I'm back in the same loop. So I have to be careful of my volition, intention. Then only I'll move forward. It's not about whether I have to achieve jhana. Can I achieve jhana in a proper way, in a correct way, without michaditti? So the first thing I need to let go is sakkaya ditti. And then only things will work. And 99% of us believe in rituals. So that should go. Can be Buddhist, can be Jain, can be Hindus, can be Christian, can be Muslims, whatever. Ritual. So that should go. Then the doubt has to go. The Sila removes the doubt. Because I know if I tell lies, I'm feeling uncomfortable. If I do something stealing, it's uncomfortable. When I'm filling the VRI form, I know I'm doing wrong to do something which they will not allow me to do. I know it. But I don't have hiri and ottappa. So what I do, I will go and do what I want. That's not allowed. Like when they asked me, when this assistant teacher in our Hindi asked me, I told him that I can go. And he said, Vilasji, we want you to give 100% to Goenka technique. Will you do that? I said, yes. Even though in the form I wrote Buddha, and when that assistant teacher scratched it, saying that SN Goenka, fine, what's my problem? So I told that person, that assistant teacher, for the next 10 days, I'm giving justice to SN Goenka technique. I'll not add Buddha's technique, even though Buddha is far superior than Goenka. Because that's their place, not my place. In my place, I can do whatever I want. In somebody's home, can I do it? No, not allowed. So be careful. I need to be careful. So Sila is a starting point. The second thing, what I just now spoke, pleasure, You are not doing for pain. Third one, because there is pleasure, which is nibbana, so you become sotapanna. You reach sotapanna. Now, once you're sotapanna, your school admission has been done. Now you will not go down because you can't break. So the six things cannot be done by a sotapanna. That is killing their own mother, killing their own father. This is anantariya papakama. Basically, I'll explain to you what it really means. It means that you will not do something which will take you to the apayas, even though you have all the parmis. Parmi, I'm using this because people use this parmi very, like, they're eating rice and porridge. They, for everything, they put parmi. So I will also use the same language. Maybe they'll understand. Okay. So even though you have these parmis, it's anantariya. Antara means space. Anantara is no space. So chuti happening here, utpanna happening at the same time as upapattika. That means no waiting period. In human life and animal life, you will have waiting period. But in niraya, there's no waiting period, as in deva. So if you die here, if I die here, and directly hell, DTH, direct to hell. Okay. Now, why did I get it? Because all these six ones represents something which has been done. So the first one, if I were to take, is killing their own mother. Because mother is special. Now I'll tell you why. The body is given by mother. This body is from my mother. And her body is from her mother, and her mother, and her mother, and her mother, and her mother, like that. So shouldn't I respect this body? Yes. Father. Without the father, there can't be vinyana coming. So, father and mother. So, if I'm abusing this body, I'm abusing my parents. Simple as that. If I don't want my parents, I can torture this body. The moment I'm born in my next life, the parents are not there. Now you are an orphan. Beautiful. Enjoy, my dear friend. Enjoy. You're fit to enjoy like that. So, don't kill your parents physically and mentally. It's not just physical, I'll kill. Mentally, don't torture them. Okay, even though they are bad to you, fair, forgive them. Because in the next life, you get good parents. No, what about this life? Forgive. So I forgave my father, irrespective of whatever he did. The amount of, I think, this right hand side of my, what I can say, face, it has taken so much that a few days at that time we didn't have a fridge. Otherwise, I should have kept ice for the pain. And the amount of glasses he has broken, I think we could have set a record that the amount of glasses are gone. And he used to beat me again for losing the glass. Okay. Now, can I not forgive my father? Yes. It's in your own benefit. Because at least this life, his life is something, let's say, even 80 or 90. How many years will he hit you? 30 years max. Take it. Then after that, he can't hit you anyway because he'll be 60. If I'm 30, he's 60. And he'll not that have an energy to hit. That's fair. Done. For this 30, I will get another father who is more cruel than this father. It is never ending case. So what Buddha says, nahi vere na verani, samanti ti kudachanam, avere na samanti, es dhammo sanantano. So if somebody says, I'm following Sanatana Dharma or universal Dharma, it means only this. If somebody hurts you, just forgive him. But take action, but forgive him. Not that you should be meek. No, be strong. But don't hate it. Don't have enmity. Don't swear. The moment I swear against my father, this body is given by whom? Father. So what is going to happen? Anantare papakam. So 30 years of beating is far better than getting into hell. Okay, and that's the reason I never fought with my father. I'm putting record straight because the people who have come here are able to understand what all trauma I have undergone, which seems one-sided story, but you should know the other side of the story as well. That you might be getting due to your past deeds fair, forgetting about it, but don't hate. So killing your father, killing your mother, which both physical and mental, is anantarya papa karma. The third one that person is not going to do is injure a Buddha. And the fourth one he is not going to do is to kill an arhat. The fifth one is not going to do is to create schism in Sangha. And the sixth one he's not going to do is to have any other teacher other than Buddha. Right. A Sotapanna cannot do any one of these six things. Why? Let's take the sixth one. He's already experienced what Buddha says, so he can't take anybody else as a teacher other than Buddha. What about SN Goenka? He can't take. Simple. What about Ajahn? No. They're all agents, no agencies, direct, because they have experience. Till that, you can take the agent. Fair. Any tradition you can take. But once you're a Sotapanna, that's it. You're direct. The first one. Schism. How many sects are there in Buddhists? So you can know for yourself. Schism. You didn't create a schism, good for you. Then the third one, injuring an arhat or killing an arhat. Anyway, what's the need? If you are a Sotapanna, why will you kill an arhat? Makes no sense, right? You'll in fact revere the arhat because you want to be there. So that's out of question. Killing a Buddha, even your teacher himself is Buddha. How can you go and kill a Buddha or injure a Buddha? No, that's not possible. And then knowing very well that this body belongs to your father and mother, why will you kill your parents? Clear? So you're 100% Sotapanna. And hence in the Ratana Sutta, Buddha says, Chachabitanani ababhokatum. He will not do these six things. Right? And you can see it for yourself. If you are a Sotapanna, you will never be able to accept anybody else as your teacher at all. I'm not talking about the students of Buddha. No, you will directly get into Buddha because you have understood Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, not the sectarian of anything. No sectarian views at all. Like there is one person called Patriji who is no longer there. So this Pyramid Valley, he puts a lot of Buddha's things. Is he, has he seen the Buddha? Has he followed the Buddha? I might follow Patriji, but I'm not following Buddha. It is his interpretation of Buddha. Okay, I have no idea. Then I'm following S.N. Goenka. Has he met the Buddha? No. I might follow what S.N. Goenka says. That's fair because I didn't know anything, so I'm following that. Etc. 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 I can put 100 of them. But the day I understand the Dhamma, it changes the landscape. And from that day onwards, I can't follow anybody else other than Buddha. Simple. So the question is, should I be a Sotapanna? Yes. Then I don't have to follow Sila. It's already there. Because Buddha means Sila, done. So in the morning, I don't have to wake up and say, Panatipata Veramani. That is bullshit. That was before joining the school. I wanted to join the kindergarten. So my parents taught me if the teacher asks, tell Panatipata Veramani, Adinnadana Veramani, Kameshu Michachara Veramani. Now that I've joined the school, why I should keep on reciting this Panatipata Veramani and all that? There ends it. Sotapanna ends Sila. Now there is no need. Why? Because I'm finding coolness. I have seen Nibbana. I've experienced for myself. So there is nothing more to do. I have to now apply Samadhi, which ends at Anagami. And once I get into Arhat, Parasamapati, it's Panya. That's it. Who will teach me this? Dhamma. What else? Yo dhammam pasati, so mam pasati. That's it. So should I go and talk to someone? No. Just go to the sutta. Now come the fourth question. Should I study the sutta? Yes, 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 you infinity. Fifth question. Should I create a roadmap for myself? Yes. If you know the disease, you would do it. So the first question I need to ask after coming into Sotapanna, have I understood what's the problem is? To check whether I'm a Sotapanna or not. What's the problem is? The problem is Jati, Jara, Marana. That's it. Nothing else. That is all what it is. Now, having understood that problem, everybody undergoes the same torture of Jati, Jara, Marana. I come to the Buddha. Right? That's the reason I'm called Sotapanna. Now, what I do? I practice as per what Buddha says, which then takes me to where Samatha. So, what is Samatha? Samatha is tranquility, which means you establish Kaya Sankhara, ending of Kaya Sankhara. Asapasa, in breath, out breath. Control it. Take charge of it. Ensure it doesn't keep on jumping like this. For that, you need to stop Vitakka Vichara. So, Vachi Sankhara. Stop it. That means you can get into second jhana. Yes. For that, first establish Samatha. Know the breath. So satova asasati, satova pasasati. Know it. Don't have to do anything extraordinary. Just know it. There's a breath. And see whether you get bored of it. If yes, then arati is there. Then you have to remove it. Otherwise, just sit down. Don't have to close eyes. Just relax, enjoy, and see. Yes, I'm seeing it. I know there is breath. That's all. You don't even have to do that long and short and other things. No, that I'll come later. For this day, today, being Monday, starting of the week, can I just notice the breath and be aware? Sati. First I notice, then I be aware of the breath. That proves me whether I'm a Sotapanna or not. If not, I can't see the breath. For that moment, I feel, yes, and then something will catch. Okay, then what I require? Buddho. In breath, Buddh, out breath, Tho. The Thai tradition teaches that. Why? You're trying to skip the Sila and come into Samadhi, which is never going to happen. You try your best. So my first starting spot is not Samadhi. Starting point is Sila. Having established as a Sotapanna, now I don't have to do that. It's direct. Now I start. Samatha brings in jhana. So what's my objective? To be in 4 jhanas all the time. So I establish in samadhi. That is samma samadhi. So now I am doing vipassana, which is panya, right? If I do vipassana, it is panya. I'm getting wisdom of what is a dhatu, what is an ayatana, what is a anicca, dukkha, anatta, patinisagga, all of that, whatever is there, is understood. So the release from defilements happens in panya, not in samadhi. You establish samadhi, or I establish samadhi to get panya, to get wisdom. And the fourth one, or the fifth one, the most important is shunyagara. Now let's understand what is this shunyagara business. It's not the room. That's like a child play. I'm not saying that's not required. That is very much required for those people who can't get here, meaning who are not sotapannas and they still want to do something. Yes, good one. Absolutely fair. Now, where does Buddha draw a line on this shunyagara? Because the same word is used by other traditions. Shunya means empty. Your thoughts are already dead in vitakka vichara not being there, right? Vitakka vicharo, vachi sankhar. Now, asapassa kaya sankhar. So what remains? Sanya vedana is chitta sankhara. So, first I have to do animitta. I remove the symbol. So what remains? Two more things remain, which is appanihita. That means no desire. Because the symbol creates desire. The non-symbolization has no desire. So it's almost shunya now, empty. And the last one, shunyata. It's shunyata bhumi, the land of emptiness. What it is? It means empty of raga, dvesha, moha. So if I had done sila, samatha, jhana, vipassana, shunyata of raga, dvesha, moha is nibbana. Here's a proof. Nibbidha happened? Yes. Viraga happened? Yes. Nirodha happened? Yes. Upasamaya, peace? Yes. Abhinyaya, direct experience? Yes. Sambodhaya. Now here comes the twist of the equation to get into Nibbana. Do I know my suffering? Yes. What? Jati. Nothing else. Like the Devadut asking, Jara came because of Jati, right? If there was no Jati, there's no Jara. So I know, that's a dukkha. Simple. Okay, I have attained deathless. Yes, hold on. Let's verify. Jara, seen it. Vyadhi, seen it. Marana, seen it. Appiyehi sampayogo dukkho. If something not good, dukkha. Yes, sir, seen it. Piyehi vipayoga dukkho. My mother passed away. I didn't have good relationship with my father, but it was completely compensated by mother, right? What should have happened to me is that I should have gone mad. That's what my wife says. I would have gone into depression. In her vision, for the first 6 months of her death, I'm in depression. And the next 6 months, I'm in revival mode. As per her vision, what we are talking is 1 year of passing. So when she told me this is the vision, I verified it within myself. Is it true? I'm going to face this. And the answer was no. That means I saw her dying to see that what she says, what my wife is saying, is indeed going to get true because everything she's said in my life has turned out to be true. In fact, my wife is more realized person than me. So I blindly accept to whatever she says. She says, today the sun will not come, I better accept to it because she knows for what it will not come. Okay, so I better accept. There's no point in arguing with my wife. It's not she's always right, but the intuition what she gets is 100% right. Okay, so I better take it. In fact, recently it happened. Recently means as recent, just few days ago. One lady came, which one of the student had brought. The moment she saw her, she said she's not good. And then I was wondering why she's not good. But it proved to be true because she sent some messages which a student shouldn't send to a teacher, which looks weird. I can't share that in open what she wrote, but it doesn't make any sense that you can write something what you feel in your heart to your teacher, which looks really ridiculous. But anyway, that was the case. So she was right. So when she told me that my mother dies and I can't take it, she has a point. But in exactly 3 months, what she said, it was on 10th of October, 10th of September, when she told me this. My mother died on 22nd of December on the same year, which is 3 months. But then, today is 8 years. This December turns 8 years. I have not had a tear in my eyes. For whatever reason, I'm not holding it. I'm not thinking about it. It's not there. It's done. Right? I can see. Okay. It's true. So I don't have to be blindfolded. Can be seen within oneself. Oh, okay, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. How are you dealing with it? So the way forward for all of us is come to the Buddha teaching, direct opening, so you can verify Nibiddhayas, Sambodhaya. In here, appiyehi sampayogo dukkho, piyehi vipayogo dukkho, yampichanna labati tampi dukkham. Whatever you desire in jhana or this one, you don't get it. Sankittena panchupadana khanda dukkha. So now I not only can see five aggregates in myself, I can see it at any point in time. So now what I can do? Animita, apanihita, shunyata. So I'm always in shunyata. In fact, MN 149, I think so, where Buddha appreciates a Sariputta for practicing shunyata. It's worth a sutta to see. So the shunyagara is not a cement one shunyagara we are talking about. The shunyagara is in the mind. It's also there in MN 44 and MN 43, Chula Vedala Sutta and Mahavedala Sutta. So if we follow exactly what Buddha says, or the first line disciples of Buddha says, and just follow it, you will get where you want to go. If you go by traditions or some sayings or whatever, as explained in the Kalama Sutta, you will be circling there, or I will be circling there without knowing what next to be done. So it's my choice to see what should I follow, what I shouldn't follow, how much should I follow something else, and how much should I get over it. Meaning, once it is finished, it's a technique. So I finish that technique and I'm done. Let's say, do whatever. I'm not able to get into samatha. Let's take that example. Can happen. I'm having some emotional turmoil, or I'm having some depressive thoughts, or whatever. What should I do? Look at MN20. Buddha says, deflect the thoughts. That's the first thing I need to do. Deflect it. Do what? Whatever. Listen to your music, or go out, or go to some park, go here, go there, whatever, including Bodh Gaya, Mahabodhi, this monastery, that monastery, whatever you think, do it. Because that event has to be changed. After that, only you can do. And Buddha talks about 5. That choose the one which satisfy your condition. Now that is for a bhikkhu, but we are lay people. So the last one I want to tell you is, don't become an in-between object, neither a bhikkhu nor a householder. That is like you're ready to get pelted with stones from both the parties. Because you are unfit in a lay life and you're also unfit in a recluse life, which makes no sense. Decide. If you want to be a recluse or a monk or a nun, accept it. Do it. Wholeheartedly do it. And that's exactly what Buddha says. I'm overwhelmed by family issues. So why don't I cut my hair and beard and etc. and go there? At least you decided one side. If you want to be like Chitta, who became Anagami, being a householder, having grandchildren and children, etc., exactly follow what he did. You will be an Anagami. So both roads are open for us. But the middle ground, meaning middle, not in this state, is not to be in between, that you become a questionable person by both the parties, because neither you are fitting there nor I'm fitting here. My wife will ask me, what did you learn by being in the Buddha Dhamma? I get even more enraged, which makes her assumptions more stronger. Because I also know nothing has changed. She also knows nothing has changed. Only thing I did in my life is to quit the job, which was I was earning good. In the name of Buddha, I quit the job. Then I didn't know what to do. So I stopped going along with my relatives and friends. And so I became more and more isolated. Now, when a problem comes, why should a family member help me? Isn't that selfishness of mine now? So I shouldn't take any help from anyone, if that is my thinking. One. Two, I have to go from place A to place B. I have to ask my son to book the ticket. Why? I will say, no, I will not book ticket. Why? Now, if I go to hospital, then who should take me to hospital? Because I can't say I will not get sick. Remember the Devadutta Sutta. You will get sick. You can't say I'll never get sick. It will be stupidity of mine to claim that I'll never get sick. Then I have not understood Buddha Dhamma. So I shouldn't be in between, neither here nor there. If I decide today, let me be a recluse, fair, stop everything, go there, go to some monastery, take whomever you want as your teacher, marry it. That's it. But if I want to be with my family members like my son and daughter and husband, wife, etc., be part of them. Be part of them. I cannot find any reasons, manufacture some reason because of you, I'm not able to practice. Sorry, in this you practice. In this problem, you practice. You check your mind. Oh, what is happening now? What is happening now? Practice. So I have two options with me. And for both the options, I require to be a Sotapanna. Nothing below that. Okay. So I think any more questions? Yes, you have. Go ahead. Oh, she also had. Wait, let her finish and then. Escaping. Okay, so her question is like this. I don't think so. You can hear what she's asking. So now in the MN20, he talks about deflecting thoughts. Okay. So now one thought has come, like a sensual thought. I can replace it with some other thought or some thought other than like depressive thought. I can bring in something which is non-depressive. Fair. But her question is not that. Her question is very good. What about a decision making? I don't make a decision. Let's say, should I marry or shouldn't I marry? Should I go to office or shouldn't I go to office? Should I earn or not earn? Let's take these scenarios. Best way to deal with situation is SWOT: strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. Do the SWOT analysis followed by what if analysis. 5. Why? Put why. 5 why. I'll tell you the whole sequence. Look at the strength. Supposing I want to marry versus not marry. I want to go to a job and not go into a job. I want to buy a house and not buying a house, or whatever it is. What's the strength? First observe the strength. Take time. Let the whole energy be spent on strength. These are the strength. Now you look at opportunities. Don't work on weakness and threats. First look at opportunity. What are opportunities are available other than taking this? Like say, I don't want to marry. That's not an answer. Because you have marrying or unmarrying. These are two things. No, that poles. We're not talking poles. We're talking the reasoning. So what are the opportunities of getting married? Not the strength, opportunities. And what's an opportunity? It means what it will deliver to me if I were to marry. As an example, I can say the opportunity here is security, social security. Where second is that togetherness, great. Third, away from fear, like that. These are opportunities. Now, what's the weakness? You have to be subjugated, or you need to be subordinated, or you need to be compromised. That's the first weakness of any marriage. One of them, out of the spouse, either a husband or a wife, have to compromise or have to subordinate or have to accept, have to do something to maintain the relationship. So the weakness is that the relationship is always fragile. That's the weakness of it. And when the husband or wife dies, it gives you abundance pain. The third one. Even if you don't die, even if they don't die, separation as divorce is painful. So that's the weakness is pain. That's the weakness of it. Now what's the threat? Threat is loneliness. I don't want to be lonely. It's most dreadful is to be lonely. Not being alone, loneliness. So considering my nature means my nature, my personality. I decide to go for marriage or not to go for marriage. Simple. Go to this job or not go to that job. Again, I have to do same thing with the job. Same thing with everything. SWOT. Before I arrive at a conclusion, I should ask 5 why with what if analysis. What if the wife dies? The question is why? Why will the wife die? Wife will die because of diseases. Okay, but she's not having any disease. If I apply Buddha Dhamma, I get an answer uncertain. Nobody's life is certain. So why? It's uncertain. Then why? Because it's law of nature. Then why? Because that is how it is. Then the fourth why. Why? Because you're born. And then why? Why? Because you have samskara or sankhara. So the jati came in because of sankhara. So avidya pachay sankhara, sankhara pachay vijnana, and then comes jati. Right? So now I have studied the Buddha Dhamma and applied to that 5 eyes, looked into what if analysis, and I've seen the decision. Now my decision is well thought of. Now I'll get married. Why? I've decided that way after looking at my nature. So that I will not have this confusion. Should I? Shouldn't I? Should I? Shouldn't I? And after marriage, I don't want to run away from the family life. It's like in a battlefield, the soldier runs away from the scene. Is it permitted? You bloody signed for it. After signing, how can you run away? It's like a movie actor running away after signing the movie and taking money for that. He took money in advance. If he had done SWOT analysis, he wouldn't have signed up for the money for that movie. So I need to be clear. Like I married my wife. I promised her, no matter whether I get into Arhat or I become Anagami or I become Sakadagami or I become Sotapanna, my love and affection is unfaltered. In fact, it will increase, not decrease. Why? Because I get compassion towards her, not fight with her. Same thing with my son. I will have more compassion, more love, more affection than what I was doing as a father. Because that was a role which I didn't know how to do it. Now that I know how to play the role, will I not do it much better? I will do much better. That is how I can see a change in me. Otherwise, of no use. I can be saying I'm a follower of Buddha, but my family knows that what a stupid guy. I don't know what Buddha is following. Makes no sense. So if I can't give love and affection to my spouse and cannot love anyone without any judgment, then I'm not a follower of the Buddha. I'm a follower of Buddhu, which means dumb. That A became you, that's all. In Hindi, Buddhu means dumb fellow, and Buddha is enlightened. So I was falling in enlightened and went into a dumb. And for a dumb person, nobody can save. Okay, so decision making should be using SWOT: strength, weakness, opportunity, threat, followed by what if analysis with 5 why. Ask question why. Same thing with Buddha Dhamma. Why do you want to do it? Why? No, because my teacher says so. No, Kalama Sutta. No, because teacher says so. No, no, because tradition says so. No, because my friend does so. No, because my neighbor does so. No. Why? Why? Because I want to end the suffering. Do you know what's the suffering? No. Then first find the suffering. When I don't suffer, what's the point in following Buddhism? So, what's the suffering? That whatever I wish does not happen because it is conditioned and I don't know how to produce the condition. So, why don't I now follow Buddha to create the conditions? That makes sense. Then it works. So, Sila is that condition, Samadhi is that condition, Panya is that condition for release. Why? Next, why? Because I've wasted so many samsara. I've taken so many births in the samsara. How many movies will you see? The same movie, right? So in every movie, it is 5 khandas. So how does it matter whether that khanda was good or this khanda was good? In the movie, what I saw earlier on, I was 6 feet tall. Now I am 5 feet 4 inches tall. That movie, that's 5 khanda movie. Now in that movie, I was able to walk on water. In this movie, I am not able to walk on water. Simple. I'm not able to do so. Now, what I can do, I can't do. Now, going through walls, whatever Buddha is putting there in that Samanya Pula Sutta, I've done it. But I don't know how. So, basically, I can see none of this is working in the current context because the conditions are not there. The Siddhi was there. Out of 108, I was showing to my teacher 94. I remember all of it. I'm not bluffing. I'm not telling lies. I could see it. But nothing I can do now. And out of that, only 16 remain in this life. That means I've lost more than what I've gained. Now, can I go back and learn those remaining? I don't have a teacher. That teacher whom I had met then knew how to do it. But I don't have a teacher this life. So where will I go and learn how to walk on water? The only thing which I could not prove at that point of time is to fly. I couldn't. That was one of the Siddhi. It's 106. And it's there in the Sutta. I think you have to put a. So basically, I need to see where I stand with relation to this. It's not feeling happy or unhappy. It is about knowing what I can do and what I cannot do. Now I can't do the fact. Accept it. So, yam picchanna labati tampi dukkha. This life can't get it. It's a dukkha. So now I understood. That means whatever I had gained then, I've lost it. So that's a nature. It doesn't stay. So when it doesn't stay, what's the point in holding on to it? So you give up and you turn arhat because there's no self. There ends the journey. That's very simple. There's nothing complicated of doing 100 different things. Very simple is Buddha Dhamma. Straightforward, no turns, twist this way, that way. Nothing, straight road. Noble Eightfold Path. That's it. A beautiful highway. You should have a car. Now, if you want to walk on that highway, I have no answers to it, but you should have a car. And the car is Sotapanna. That's the starting point. Yes, Saryu, you have raised hand. Sorry, go ahead.
No problem. I have to go soon, so I wanted something to
Yeah,
ask. Just a clarifying question, because my old understanding of killing one's father and mother, I think in the sutta it says jivita.
Yeah,
is
Jivita.
killed.
Yes, I added
you-
that. I added that because I added that specifically because if I'm getting tortured by my parents, is because I have also tortured in the past. Yes.
Yeah, I guess my question is, I used to take it literally that it has to be some physical killing, but I'm wondering if, let's say, I have a strong hatred towards my father, does it count as an
No. It doesn't count as a.
No.
It doesn't happen as anantarya papa karma. It's a papa karma.
Okay.
Because getting
So it's not straightly taking me to
no.
let's say if I say I
It
really
comes
hate
under
my father.
it comes under
Okay.
michhaditti. In the michhaditti, there is natti mata, natti pita. It comes under that as opposed to this one.
Okay. Because you said mentally killing, so I was thinking
mentally killing is that let him die. That comes under vyapada. So you will have the same effect, cause and effect.
Let's say my father is not here, but I have such a strong hatred that I could even kill him. That kind of anger can take me to hell directly, right? Even if I haven't done it.
No. It will create conditions for going to hell. So in some life, you're going to do that.
Okay. So this life I haven't done it, so that it hasn't fruitified.
But I'm creating tendencies. Like, I could have slapped my father back. Very simple. When he turned 60, just one slap, I think all his teeth would have fallen down. Because I was a child when he was hitting me. Now he's an aged person. I can hit him, not kill him. I can take revenge.
So I guess what it could mean that if I have a strong hatred toward my father is that in next life I'm almost guaranteed to have another very bad father who I can get into
which then makes me kill. See, I'm creating tendencies for it, right? So it will take shape.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. Another small question, because when you get into Sotapanna, you will directly go to Buddha, cutting all the agencies. But my question is, in some traditions, there will be many people who have attained Sotapanna or higher. does that mean their mind goes straight to Buddha even despite of them being
No, you respect your teacher.
How does that work?
No, you respect your teacher, whoever is teacher. Like, Goenka is my teacher. I respect it. But my experience is coming from Buddha Dhamma Sangha, right? It's nothing to do. It's part of Sangha. Goenka is also part of Sangha. Ajahn is also part of Sangha. But how do you get it? You get it from Buddha, right? So you understood for yourself. It is there in the sutta itself. In two suttas, Kalama Sutta as well as the Sotapatti, Pala, and then you get this 25.1 to 25.10 in Samyutta Nikaya, Rupa, all of that. You can see that he's very clear in indicating it's towards the Buddha, you have faith, you have experiential faith, avicca pasada. It means whoever would have trained you, it's fine, but ultimately you come to Buddha, right? You have faith in the Buddha, you are not having faith in a particular individual. And Buddha is a definition, not about the person Buddha. You got the point? Siti Piso Bhagava Arham, that one. So you get to see it. In many suttas, if you see in Majjhima Nikaya and then also Digha Nikaya, some person, some Brahmin comes to argue and then he finds that he understands and then he himself recites Iti Piso Bhagava Arham Samma Sambuddho Vidya Charana Sampanno. That's what I'm talking about. You'll not falter.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't mean this person will leave his lineage, or if other people ask, he will not put his lineage there. But in the deep of his mind, he goes to the Buddha.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Because he can't take anybody else other than Buddha as a teacher. Any other question from anyone? Any more questions? You finished? Who had question? Madhulika, you have question? No, yes. They don't. Yeah, I mean, they don't try to it. It partially yes, because it becomes a block. See, the whole thing is like this. Anything we do from what we are doing is going to create a block. It's like I'm blocking myself. See, I am wanting to get into VRI, not because I want VRI, it's because I want to use that space. It is secluded. And it's a very nice environment. Right? I don't think twice that that environment has been created. It's not really like that. Number one. Unless I'm devoted to Buddha, to Goenka, which I know I'm not. So I'm creating a block in myself. So I have not written there. I put SN Goenka / Ubakin. So that will not make me invalidated, my application to be invalidated. So when assistant teacher asks me, I'll say, yeah, I'm following SN Goenkaji because I'm a old student. So they weren't going to ask me anything because I'm an old student. So their presumption is I've taken Goenkaji as my teacher, which I have not. So it's a conflict within me now. They might not ask at all, but the onus is on me. Am I comfortable? That I have to check, and I will not be. I'll have that little bit of scaring. If I'm having hiri ottappa, it bites literally. What is, see, we might even say, what is there? We are all following Buddha only, right? In the end, everybody is, but no. But in that case, they shouldn't ask this question at all. Even for a old student, you have to fill the same form. Correct? Or is there any other form? Same form, right? The same questions. So, if for an old student, they say, apart from SN Goenka, are you following anything on the Buddha? And if you say yes, fair. You've been straight. You're told that, yes, I'm following Buddha. Not any other tradition, but I'm following Buddha. Like that assistant teacher, he made sure that I strike it off. I have put Buddha. He says, strike it off. So I had to strike it off and I put SN Goenka. Yes, Bobby. You are muted.
Sorry, okay, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Actually, this question what Madhulika was asking, I also, that I go there many times. And my experience is that, I think in the initial this talk, you were saying that, you judge by how you feel in your feelings and everything.
Correct.
So I feel definitely when I was not learning more Buddha Dhamma or, the suttas, I was more serious and not happy. And you also said that, when you come back from the retreat, the family members will say what you've done and all these things. So I feel after learning the suttas, and still I go there, and I feel more and more happier when I do and come back. So I just don't feel any kind of contradictions or anything there.
Okay,
this is my
but you should see it. This question came. No, you should see it next time when you do that, because you have to see whether you have that hiri and ottappa very strong. If it is there, you feel something in the heart pricking. Because if they are very particular about that, you should follow SN Goenka. At least I should.
No, what happens in Udashi, like even in Goenkaji, in the long courses and other things, he says many things, when your mind is agitated, you can do Punyanasati, Dhammanasati. So he teaches everything. So I can, definitely contemplate on whatever Goenkaji's words itself, and then I can understand that, and even I asked a teacher about this question, so now when you kind of meditate, last time I think we were discussing body sensation and the mano, something related to the mind. Then he told me, Bobby, as you progress, you have to judge all these things and, you have to see whether this is changing and, how you're feeling. Because Goenkaji is not there to tell you all these things, So it is taught from the beginning stages, this is the teacher told me, okay, beginning stages, those type of things, corrupting many things may not be good. But in the later stages, you are your own master. So this is what he told me.
Good. So, then in that case, she can go, and this Saubhagya had this question, so she can also go. No problem. If they allow anything else, because in 10 days, I don't think so. They allow anything other than this. So if somebody has done a long course, which these people have not done, and since you have done a long course, and if you vouch to it, then I will withdraw what I said, because then I don't want to create confusion in the mind of Saubhagya as well as Madhulika, that they shouldn't be booking for course when they have to do something else. And I also inform Avanti when I meet her in the US that she can do it as many number of times, because I rely on what Bobby said. Yeah, it's my own opinion. I didn't feel any guilty. I feel more happier, No. So I'm just telling. So the thing is like this: in the Anguttara Nikaya 10.76, there's a specific mention of that. Okay, that how it hurts you when you, that is when you tayo dhamma. The last one is hiri ottappa. You do all mistakes because of that. So if it is permissible that you bring in Buddha Dhamma and contemplate on it while in retreat in Goenkaji tradition, absolutely fine. I have no problem. Yeah. But since I had a contrary information or experience itself in Bangalore. So I'm relying on that, and I've done only a 10-day course. Since you've done a longer course, so if you are right, then let them go, because I don't want to stop them from booking a retreat and doing it. Because if it is not great,
I will repeat what exactly whatever I remember what Goenkaji says. When he says that your mind is very agitated, or or this one, you can reflect on Buddha's qualities, Dhamma's qualities, Sangha qualities, or your own merits, Punyanusadi, or your Shila, all these things. He says like when the mind is very disturbed. So this when he says that, this comes all in what Buddha says. So that's what I want to tell. Like I don't feel that any kind of guilt feeling.
No, that is fine. That is on that side. But when the application form, when you can you put I'm following Buddha?
Why do you have to do all those things?
No. The reason is like this.
Yeah, because going anybody. For me, it's so clear that Goenkaji is teaching from Buddha. He's not teaching like anything which is not coming from Buddha. So he may have taken one object as the meditation object, but it is definitely Buddha is also his ultimate teacher.
No, that is my assumption. Even that was my assumption. But when the assistant teacher said to me clearly that if you are coming for a 10-day course and a first timer, you can't be doing anything other than SN Goenka. And that's exactly what the assistant teacher who sent me also said. That means who asked me to do this also said to me the same thing. And that person who took my interview in the center also said the same thing. So I got to understand that by chance, not by chance, I had put Buddha as my teacher, or I'm following Buddha. Is there any other you follow? I said Buddha. And he said, delete it. You can't follow Buddha. You have to follow SN Goenka.
Okay. Yeah. Even last course I was doing, the teacher, when we have this service meeting, he was quoting so many things from the Buddha's, words. He was saying Buddha says like that in the sutta, Buddha says like that in the sutta, So,
the question is on volition, and also a question is on how you should present yourself. Now I'm filling the application form. The confusion comes now. What should I put there? I know for sure I don't know who is going to look at my application. So I don't want my application to be cancelled. So I'll put SN Goenka because I'm an old student. I put SN Goenka. So what am I doing? I'm putting SN Goenka as my teacher. There's nothing wrong in it. But then in the interview, if there is an interview for even for an old student, I don't know whether it's there or not there. Not there. So no problem. So there is nobody's going to ask me. Then it's up to me if I'm taking anyway Goenkaji is also following Buddha, then that remorse feeling is not coming. But if I see that's not the case and it is tradition oriented, meaning I'm not that happy about a tradition, let's say I am not convinced, then I should not be going. If I'm convinced, I should be going. In your case, you're convinced, so you don't get that remorse feeling.
Yeah.
Because there's no hiri.
In fact, I'm more happier. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I don't feel that. No. Earlier, I used to feel very serious and all.
No, wait. Let me tell you what it is. Now, let us say I have found that this ABC tradition or a technique is not my choice because it doesn't work the way I want. Let's take a scenario of mine. So I'm filling the application form. I'm putting SN Goenka because I'm an old student. Now, what happens when I go there? I'm not really interested in doing whatever I was supposed to do. Then I'm doing mistake because that is not the right way of doing. If I'm following Goenka, wholeheartedly I accept Goenka, then I know Goenka is following Buddha anyway. So then that hiri ottappa has no problem. So I have to see within myself whether I have taken Goenka as my teacher or not. If I have not taken Goenka as my teacher, better not go there. Even though Goenka follows Buddha, but then I have not taken Goenka as my teacher. So then I'm doing mistake because I don't take Goenka as my teacher. I know it very well. Just to use that facility, I'm putting it as SN Goenka. And nobody's going to ask me. Anyway, I'm an old student. So I go and sit there. But I know that I don't follow whatever he says. I follow whatever I want to follow from Buddha. So,
Vilachi, when you talk like that, is it that when even Goenkaji teaches something in the beginning itself, each individual attending the meditation, their mind will go in different things, right? Naturally, it will go, many objects and everything, right? It is, like even though he teaches that technique, it is natural that mind goes into different.
No. I'm talking about not the first time. I'm talking about what I want to achieve. Meaning, I want to achieve Sotapatti, I want to achieve Sakadagami, I want to achieve Anagami, I want to achieve Arhat, let's say. That's my thing. Then I should not indulge in it because it not only delays, it blocks. It's not that I shouldn't be going there. I can go there, absolutely fair. In fact, I'm getting WhatsApp messages from VRI, please come and do a 10-day retreat and do this, do that. I keep on getting from VRI. Absolutely fair. But let's take a scenario that I don't have aversion, but I don't take him to be my teacher because that's the thing what I've been told. You have to take in the next course, you have to take him as your teacher, which I have not taken him as my teacher. No way. I'm very clear on that. Then if that is my mindset, then I shouldn't be going there at all, is what I'm saying. Let's say Saubhagya has taken him to be a teacher, her teacher. Fair. If Madhulika has taken Goenkaji as her teacher, it's absolutely fair. And you can go there, you can do whatever you want because you will not have that hiri ottappa problem. But for me, personally, it would be a problem because I've never considered and never will consider Goenkaji as my teacher. Never. I'm very clear on that. So I will be fooling myself by going there. And this first course itself, I did for that assistant teacher. If that assistant teacher had not requested me, I never would have gone, even once. Anyway, yes.
Yeah, you remember that story when what Goenkaji says in the 10-day course, like, some child that, he teaches everything and then he throw away that food, because something is like a stone. Okay. So in that, what make it sense, whatever you're convinced, take it. Other thing, you don't have to take it, even if he's a teacher. That's what the message I get.
For me, it's like this, Bobby. What is my objective? What is that I want to achieve? If I want to achieve a clearer state, then I shouldn't have any confusions, any kind of misunderstanding in my mind. It's not that he's bad or good or whatever it is. I shouldn't have. So basically, if I've tried that technique earlier and it has not worked for me for ABC reasons, telling a lie to myself, not to others, and going there will not give anything because I've already done problem with my hiri and ottappa. So it's not going to work because it will end up in being in micha only, not in samma. So basically what I do, I refrain. If somebody says, like that assistant teacher said, Vilasji, are you sure you can quit Buddha Dhamma and do Goenkaji? We want you to exactly do Goenkaji before you go there. I told both two people who had called me, told, yes, I will do. I'll keep it aside. Till I finish my course, I'll keep it aside. But I'll do only once. Because Buddha is my teacher. Goenkaji is not my teacher. Never I will consider Goenkaji as my teacher. But I will do. For your sake, since you are saying that all the people who are joining your Hindi or whatever it is from VRI. So if you yourself have not done even one retreat, it looks not okay. So that I agree. At least one, I should have done it. I'll do it. But in 2013, when I had booked, I couldn't do it because of official reasons. But then, yes, at that time, I would have really done it because I booked it on my own volition. I did it. And I was practicing Goenkaji technique completely, even though I didn't go to a course. I was doing from the records or whatever I got, and then I was practicing. It was working very well. Now, for whatever reason, I left Goenkaji and I started following the Sutta way. I would be doing wrong thing by just saying that, what, I will go there and do whatever I want. In mind personally, it's going to be a block. So if anybody sitting here has the same kind of thinking, then they shouldn't go. If they have something like you, then they can go. So I think that's a clarification I want to give to Madhulika and Saubhagya, because we had a long debate with Saubhagya, which costed around 1 hour of our precious time, that should go or not go. And she came up with a lot of examples, scenarios, and I had to give various scenarios. And ultimately, it's her life to go or not to go. Okay. And the same question is there with Madhulika. So if you say they allow you to do whatever you want, and
No, I didn't say that. I just said, you can, like, for example, my also ultimate teacher is Buddha, definitely. I'm not authorized to say whatever, but it is what I'm saying, that with the Goenkaji's discourses, over the period of time, you get a sense that, as you grow, there are different other options. What Buddha says, we can reflect on, like, Punyanusati, the Buddha Nusati, Dhamma Nusati, all these things. So when you say Dhamma Nusati, for example, if you really that, everything covers in Dhamma. So, so that when somebody says that, you can reflect on Dhamma, I think whatever Buddha taught, everything is in Dhamma. You know what I mean, like, So when
I fully understand what you mean, but once bitten, twice shy is my always thinking, right? So if it makes sense, absolutely fair. I stand corrected in that case. Honestly, I stand corrected, because I don't want to misguide them saying that no, you shouldn't be going, and while the other thing is true, so they can go. I stand corrected, because from two teachers, what I heard when they were talking to me, that I can't. So I was very clear. Can I do it? And I felt for them, I will do it, and I did it.
No, see, I just said this, because not to do anything. I heard Madhulika was asking that question.
So, no, I'm talking about Madhulika only. You ignore me. I have no problems. I'm talking to Madhulika only and to Saubhagya, because they are wanting to continue doing what they are doing. And it is unfair on my part to confuse them or misdirect them or misguide them, saying that they shouldn't be doing, because I'm relying on what I was said, but I might be wrong, because I've not done any long course in Goenka technique to say that what they allow and what they don't allow. So I have to rely on somebody. And you are the best person, or anybody who has done a longer course than you is the best person, because he knows more than what I know. So I submit. I said, okay, then in that case, please do. Or I will say, okay, talk to so and so person and do accordingly. Because I don't want that person to get locked up into something. I'm not asking her to take what I'm saying. And since you have said, if it is feasible, if it is permissible, then she should do.
Okay, sorry, and let me I'm just only a very normal meditator there. I'm not authorized to say that. I was just sharing my experience.
No, absolutely fine, Bobby. So don't have to feel obligated. What I'm saying here is that I shouldn't misdirect her, because I don't know. If the first they both the teachers, both the people know me, including Ashwin's mother. She knows me that I'm following the Buddha. She knows.
And also, since you're saying that, Vilashi, I think once Ashwin came here and told about his enlightening experience, right? The best experience he got, and we had the discussion.
He went.
So this happened in a 20-day course. That's what he told. No? So
yes,
if he has any kind of blockage, that experience he wouldn't have got. Right?
He has no. Wait a second. Now, for you to complete extinguishment, it will have a blockage in you, because it's how you take it. Let's say, how does the remorse feeling come? It's within you. It is not external to you, right? Like, say, I get a remorse feeling, is within me. It might not happen to you at all, because I feel I've done something wrong. That's why it's called remorse feeling. That kukucha comes because of my own misunderstanding or whatever it is. So if somebody clarifies to me, then the misunderstanding goes away. So in the case of Ashwin,
that means Ashwin didn't have that. That's what you're saying.
Yes, Ashwin didn't have, you didn't have, but I might have, and I might be misguiding this Saubhagya and Madhulika, taking my view into consideration, which I withdraw. I'm fine with it. I want them to prosper, so they can go to Goenkaji retreat and do what they are supposed to do. Absolutely fair. Because I don't want to block their path. That's how. That's the whole intention is not to block anybody's path.
Yeah. You always repeatedly say, Buddha is the ultimate teacher. And when I start learning Buddha's suttas more and more and reflecting on that, in all the retreats, it helps me a lot.
Yes, it certainly does. And if they allow the Buddha's teaching, you can follow or you can practice there while sitting, it's fine.
Another thing, Vilashi, like in every service room, especially in Pomona, they keep that what's that Nigayas, all the Nigayas there, in that shelf there, if we can actually read it all the time. So all the big Bodhisattva books are there.
Okay. So I stand corrected. Yes, at least in India, I've never seen like that. At least in Bangalore, I've never seen. That's very, I don't know. It was a very weird.
We were serving, right? Maybe because of that. When the meditators which you acquire, they are not supposed to read anything, but otherwise it is all there.
No, I agree with you, Bobby. See, Mrityunjay knows it from the Bangalore Center. They don't have anything. You can't do anything.
No, sir. No, sir. What Bobby is telling is very peculiar, sir. This is not, I don't agree with that. It is not. In Goenka's tradition, they will not tell them, you can read whatever you want and then again also follow it.
No. What I was saying, Mrityunjay, in this center, they have all the books there. Nikaya, everything is kept there. And you mean in Bangalore and all there is no.
So many I have seen so many this Indian retreats. They don't do it. They don't tell us because they give me when I go to Satipatthana, they give me that Goenka's version of the Satipatthana. They will not allow me to see the Buddha's version of Satipatthana. Ma Satipatthana. No, they will not.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that the Buddhist books are there. I was reading.
They wouldn't allow, Bobby. You are saying Bhikkhu Bodhi's books are there in Pomona Center or some other center. Even in US they have. In India, it is just not possible that you carry some other book. I mean, they are not supposed to keep some other book except for VRI. Whatever is presented in the Pariyatti, their Pariyatti, that is only kept. You can't take anything outside Pariyatti. They're very clear on that. So I'm surprised that they're allowing in Pomona, but here, if you come to Bangalore Center, you will see another effect. Maybe I'll take you next time when you come to Bangalore. We'll book one session for you, and then you see it for yourself. They will not. Even a smallest dot, if you change, they are very worried. You are fortunate.
I don't have experience. Yeah,
you're fortunate being abroad rather than here. Like when Ariu did his course, it was very free flowing. There's nothing restrictive here. If you, it's like, you are talking to sheeps, because for them these people are sheep. They don't know anything in life.
Oh, okay.
And they don't.
Yeah, I heard stories that this all the servers go around and poke everyone, sit straight and all. Here they don't do that.
Yes, they do that. They do many more things. They do background.
They are very particular, sir. They are very particular that we have to follow the discipline.
And we don't have to come in the morning if the people doesn't want. Only that group sittings are must. You don't have to come all the time. But here, yeah, okay. Anyway.
No, you have more privileges. You are very
And also what they say, there's a very senior teachers who attended with Goenkaji. Maybe in India, they don't follow the discipline well. Maybe because of that, I don't know. Here, yeah.
You are fortunate. May you remain in Australia. We remain in India. And since if she does in India, she better not book a retreat in India. If she's doing abroad, let her do whatever she wants.
So my question is, The question, don't know, in the form there's no separate question asked. You are an old student, applicable. There's a question, are you practicing anything other than VR?
Yes.
And we say no. I mean, yes and no. And the only thought in the mind is, yeah, like, because we mix and match the text. So we do sometimes, many times we try Buddha's name. Right? So answering as no, is it breaking up?
What does Goenka say? See here. What does he say? Nothing can be added, nothing can be removed as far as the technique goes. So you're breaking what he says. By the very fact what he says, nothing to be added, nothing to be removed. Now you're removing something and you're adding something as far as the technique goes. You might have better logic that why you should follow Buddha. But he clarifies in three discourses, he clarifies as far as the technique goes, as far as this technique goes. He makes it very sure that you understand what you're doing. He says, now that you have come to the first time to this, I have no problem. You are testing. But next time when you are here, you have agreed that this technique works for you. It's there. You please go through the 10-day video. It's there. Now, I know he has asked me this. Now I say no. No in that form. But what am I doing? I'm adding or I'm removing. What I'm supposed to follow? That technique. Is it 10-day or 20-day or 30-day or 45-day or 60-day? Whatever is being given to me, right? And this exactly was explained to me by the Igatapuri assistant teacher, saying that you can't add anything. You can't take any Buddha teaching to Goenkaji. Whatever you'll be speaking on the video, you're giving very good information, but that is not allowed. So, are you willing to keep this aside and give a try to our teacher technique?
In that case, in the form, we should write yes, practicing skills of it.
Yes.
The reading that if they allow, then it's their choice.
Their choice. So they allow. Let's say you're following Buddha and you're doing the blah 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 blah, and you're not following Goenka. In that case, you're an old student, but you're not following Goenka. It's up to them there to take you in or not. But they admit you, that means they've accepted to it. So you have done what you're supposed to do. You're not hidden anything. Now, why don't you put that? Because you know that if you put it, they'll not accept it. So I'll say no. I've done a mistake. Subconsciously, I've done it. But I might feel that no, it is all part of Buddha. No. It will become a bottleneck to me, if not today, later. So I will be very clear in my application form itself. I had done Buddha. Meaning, when he asked me, when he took an interview, I had not filled it there because the teacher said, don't do it. You tell that assistant teacher whenever you want. So I went and told him in the interview. He said, no. Then I told him, yes, I know this assistant teacher from Igatapuri has told me not to follow Buddha teaching. You have to follow S.N. Goenka, whatever he says in daily discourse, I'll be exactly doing that. That's the assignment with which I have accepted. I'll exactly do that.
So they don't.
Yeah.
But need to be very honest. Elaborate.
You need to be honest.
Yeah, whatever practicing,
yes.
There, right?
Yes.
And after that, like, encourage.
Yeah. You can. Because you have made it known. You have made it known that you will be doing not what that technique is. Because he keeps on repeating that as far as a technique goes, nothing to be added, nothing to be removed. But what are you doing? You're modifying. As far as them, their thing goes. It might be good, but I've changed. It's just like, I joined the company. I don't like certain rules. And the company says, as far as our company goes, you have to follow this. But then I'll follow whatever I want. Because it's all part of the same corporate culture, under the umbrella of corporate culture. But that's not applicable, right, for that company. Simple logic. What is permissible is permissible. What is not permissible is not permissible. I can't make something not permissible as permissible just because it is part of the whole. See, if I, like, Bobby takes me to a forest monastery in Sydney, absolutely fine. Because there they don't have this kind of rules. You can follow whatever you want. It's fine. Because their Ajahn Chah's technique is only Hiri and Ottappa. Very straightforward, very nice. They go by Vinaya. They don't have these kind of issues. So then I don't have to submit. I can do whatever I want there. 100% I know I can follow whatever I want. There's no remorse feeling in me that I am following something. So why don't I book Ajahn Chah's something? Makes sense that way. And that is also forest tradition. So I will get a place to stay, kuti, then I can do whatever I want. What stops me? If I were you, I'll book Ajahn rather than Goenka, because even though I say no, I know I'm not doing it. छेड़छाड़ तो मैं कर रहा हूँ ना. That's not allowed. And in Hindi, he uses this word, छेड़छाड़ नहीं करना है. See, Madhulika, 2 years I've heard so much of Goenka ji from 2012 to 14. I'd gone mad with Goenka ji. If I sit in the car, discourse goes till the night, either on the headphone or on this headphone or this, that's all. I remember each word he has spoken, day one, this one, day two, this one, day three, this one. And I won't do it because I'm cheating. I'm cheating the teacher. When he has said it very clearly, not to add, not to remove. Hasn't he told or not? As far as the technique goes, he doesn't say as far as Buddha teaching goes. That's fair. Has he used that word? Play the video and see on the first day. He says that as far as this technique goes, he's clear about the technique. He's not interested in what you follow. His thing is this technique, whatever the technique he is giving you. Okay, good question. So her question, Vibha question, is that in the name of Hiri Uttappa, what is any line that I can not hurt myself? Very simple yardstick. If you feel something in the heart, it's wrong. Not bad. No. I think you're taking. See, let's take an example. I touch her like this. Is there anything wrong? No, because I don't have an intention. But the moment I have a different intention of doing something like this, there will be some agitation or some. That's exactly what I need to watch even in Goenka technique. What sensation is appearing on the body? So I will know that the heart paces. The moment I touch like this, the heart paces. So that clearly shows what I shouldn't be doing, I'm doing, right? So when I touch that female, I know that it is not proper, and hence the heart is pacing. That is sufficient. In the same thing, if I tell lies, heart paces. If I steal something, my heart paces. That much I can see. That's sufficient. I don't have to do anything further. So if you ask me that thin line, first of all, we need to become sensitive to this. We need to observe. No, you just observe. Meaning, now I'm seeing her like this. Then a thought comes, why don't I make her sit here? And I say, Madhulika, why don't you sit there? She doesn't know why am I doing it, but I know it, right? So I have to observe whether it is appropriate or is inappropriate. That much I can do. Okay. So that much, if I becomes a little bit sensitive at this point in time, the hiri starts to develop. So I will be fearful. Otherwise, I can do anything to her. I'll say, come, I will help you. I think yesterday you were sad, so let me do. But I'm enjoying her body by doing that. She might not know it, but I know it, right? So I'll become sensitive, little bit sensitive. Is it right? No, it's not right. So hiri starts to develop. A time will come when automatically it stops. Then I don't have to do anything. So then I can use my discernment, viveka, on what should I do and what shouldn't I do. So then I apply for everything in booking retreat or going here, going there, going to mall, going to this, going to that. I can use the same yardstick. Then I'm at peace. I can see that the heart is not, see, this all these gadgets shows what? Heartbeat increase. Let's take another example. I see a TV series here, heart will pace. So I know that it is not helpful to me. The sound itself will make that heart to pace. And my breathing is changed. Right? So I know that is not the way to do it. So I stop. Then it's not that should I watch pornography or shouldn't I watch pornography. I know it heart is going to pace. I stop doing it. Should I enter into political debate, seeing political debates? No, I know heart is going to pace. I'll not do it. So for heart pacing is disturbing the mind only, right? It starts pacing. So whether I see a woman, whether I see a mobile, or whether I see whatever, or whether I do shopping, it paces heart because I'm anticipating. Any anticipation creates disturbance. So can I not watch my pacing of heart? Yes. Your Apple Watch is there. It shows how much is spacing. Now it is in my 59. I watch a teleseries. In 5 minutes, I go to 90. Very clear. So should I do that then? No. It's not only a waste of time, it's making my heart go do, 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 do. For what? Resting heart rate going to 90 for no reason. And now, if I want to sit and meditate, only those things, thoughts will come. So I know watching pornography is bad. Why? Not because by pornography the nature is bad. No, it paces my heart. By going into a hotel and anticipating that it will be tasty, whatever, my heart is pacing. So I'll not do that. Same thing with Goenkaji. Is while I'm filling the form, it is a pacing of heart. I know I'm not, what I'm saying is wrong, but I'll convince myself, no, it's all Buddha only, right? No, they have not said that. Even Goenka has not said that. As far as this technique goes, nothing to be added, nothing to be removed. So I have to put that on my computer and see whether it qualifies. What I'm doing, is it qualifying that? No. And hence that assistant teacher told me, are you willing to keep this aside for my sake? I said, yes. For your sake, I'll do it, but only once. You can't ask me again and again, go to one retreat and prove to me. Only once I'll prove to you that Buddha is higher than Goenka. Because his question was, you are not following our technique because everybody is from that technique. Okay, I'll do your technique and tell you. It's pretty easy. It doesn't take so much time. Saddhamma Savana is what you're hearing now. Watch the video or you call me or whatever it is. Other alternative is there's no other alternative. You see, the thing is like this. First, you need to know where you stand, where I and you or he or she or whoever is standing. We are in Neya, land of the Neya. Neya means one who has to put tremendous effort. We are not in a stage where no effort required. That means you cannot be independent of your own. So you require a spiritual friend or a friend. Your mother can be your friend or anybody can be your friend as long as she can explain to you how this Dhamma works. So what are the options available for me? You have to somehow find time. What if I can't find time? Nothing can be done. Yes, it does. It does. If you can get a like now that we have Chat GPT or any AI tool, use it opportunity to do that and see how much you can understand. It's a good thing. Not that you should have now your AI tool becomes a Kalyan Mitra or a friend. Obviously, where and now the thing is like this, Madhurima. Madhurima is like this. It depends on what really you want. You want to make this as your mainstream, then you have to leave something. If you want something as a mainstream, then you have to leave this one. No, you can't say that I need this cake and that cake and also that's not possible. You can't go on two boats. You have to choose the boat. Having said that, as a lay follower, as a family person, you don't have to do so many things. If your first objective Sotapanna is met, great. After Sotapanna, no, we'll see. First, let me get qualified to Sotapanna. What's the benefit? I'll not be reborn in danger things. Where? Sufficient. Why should I go beyond that? Yes. Profit. Yes. It's intention which matters, right? It's always remember, it's always intention which matters. If you're not intending, just like I go to office, the project is not completed, but the timeline is there. So people tell lies, or you are supposed to tell lies. But you are not telling lies. You are not forcing yourself to tell lies. You are not doing it out of your what I can say, volition or intention. So nothing, absolutely fine. How when it is wrong, when you are doing a mistake by knowing it's a mistake, and then it's wrong. Simple as that. So if you know, and give the same example, Kameshu Michachara, take as example. Yep. Now I put a hand like this. Listen, forget. I put a hand like this. I know the intention, right? She doesn't know the intention. If I know the intention of what I have put hand, so I have already decided, correct? So if my hiri is not working, means that I will do whatever I want to do. I might say, I will relieve you from some backache or this ache or that. This poor girl will say, okay, I'm anyway having backache, so why don't I get some massage done? But she doesn't know that I'm enjoying her body. Now, her husband is there, right? And she has a child. Should I molest it like that? No, but I'm doing it, right? So that is breaking the seal. So I'm not a Sotapanna. Clear ground, right? Because it's my intention. Let's say She herself asked me that, why don't you press or help me? But she's getting excited, not I. It's her problem, not mine, right? In the same way with Musavada, same way with Pisunavacha, same way with Parasavacha, whatever you want to talk about. It's the intention which matters than the act. If you don't have an intention, then you are not breaking anything. How do you come to know? You'll again come to see in your uncomfortable feeling in the chest region. That I don't find. Then you are very, or I am very behind to even come into Dhamma. You have to first practice that.
I was about to ask you. Time. Subconscious.
Take a pause of 2 minutes. Whenever you want to say something, just take a pause, take a pause, take a pause. You'll see it stops. You have to practice that. Don't reply immediately. This even I need to practice, you need to practice, she needs to practice, she needs to practice. Just don't reply immediately because you used to reply immediately. Just take time. See, somebody says something. Can I come back to you in a minute? Or just remain silent. Just answer. Give me a minute. I want to make proper sentence. Then he'll ask me, this is happened or didn't happen? Yes, it happened in this way. You're not told lies. Let's say the project is getting completed on so and so date. We are doing our best to complete. That's truth. But you didn't tell me about delay. Yes, we didn't tell about delay because we are thinking that, or we are confident that it will be done by so and so date. Again, I didn't lie. That's a fact. However, if something changes, I'll get back to you. So, two things I need to say. Can you give me a minute and summarize in a very proper way, which doesn't look that you are hiding anything or you're telling just to save yourself? The subconscious is just reply something. Because we made that as a habit. I can break the habit. Who stops me from breaking the habit? The only thing I need to practice is give me a moment, give me a moment, give me a moment, give me a moment, and take that moment. Now, this question, should you go to VRI or not go to VRI? Take a moment. Check whether it makes sense or doesn't make sense. Don't just book because you want to book. See what is the right thing to do or a wrong thing to do. If you feel that no, nothing is wrong and you don't feel anything in the heart, do it. If you're feeling uncomfortable in the heart, don't do it. Then you apply to everything. That is panatipata, adinadana, kameshamichachara, sura mere majjapamadatthana, all of that. Then you're done. Then you know that you didn't break any seal. Take a moment or take a deep breath. That's again a moment. Then I will answer. Before touching her, take a moment. I should take a moment. I shouldn't be, I'm so used to touching and touching and touching, it's made a habit. Take a moment. It's fair to touch. So, done. You're feeling anything in the heart? You want to touch? Good. That means you didn't have anything to do with her body, so then that thing is cut. Otherwise, every time 5 minutes, I will play with her hair or do something here. That looks odd to the other people. What is he trying to do? Making her sit here and doing all kind of nonsense thing. Right? And then I'm not doing it. It's good for me. So I just took a moment to reflect. Is it right to do this? That's yonisa manasikara, right? Ayonisa manasikara means I will not reflect anything. For that, I need to take a break. Like we won't have discussed 50 minutes if she had taken a break. Just a break. Wait, let me think. What you're saying makes sense. Give me a time. I'll think. Done. That becomes a meditation object. Then you see if this is good way to do or not a way to do. This is good, not good. This is good, not good. Then the hiri will start to develop. And once hiri is there, then there's nothing to fear. You're done. Even for you, there's nothing like you have to be in Buddha Dhamma and do all of this. No, just simple technique is take a break. I want to buy a cloth. Take a break. Why? It will cut instinctive. Instinct. I need to buy. Take a break. How many shirts you have? Oh my goodness. How many pants you have? How many shorts you have? How many underwear you have? You want to buy? No. So I want to buy mobile. How many mobile you have? Is it working? Stop. How many laptops? Stop. How many movies? Stop. How many serials? Stop. When I reflect back, I see none of the movies have made any sense to me. Then, as many serials I have watched made no sense to me. As many restaurants I have gone made no sense to me. As many locations have gone to take my selfie made no sense to me. So ultimately, I found nothing makes sense to me. So I have come out of Kamachanda. Aha! The Vyapada is gone. Immediately Anagami. What a great deal. Because I found that there's nothing. I keep on touching this lady and nothing I get out of it. She might be my sister, she might be a wife, she might be something. Ultimately, it's just flesh. I keep on pressing this flesh, what happens? After a while, she'll say, so sorry, I think you're every now and then you're punching me, right? Even that love, meaning affection, you keep on doing this. After a while, you feel irritated. Few moments, it looks good. Even a father or a mother does it. After some time, you say, oh, okay, enough, I had. Because it's irritating after a while. That means even affection cannot be continuous. So what's the point? Then you give up. And the very moment I give up, Nibbana happens. That's all. So should I know entire Buddha Dhamma, all the suttas, 100, 200, 1000, 2000, 84,000 suttas? No. All that I should know is hiri attappa. Am I doing right or am I doing wrong? For that, take a pause. Reflect. I want to shout at my husband. Reflect. Take a moment. I want to tell my wife, what do you no. That doesn't mean that it is going to happen tomorrow morning. No. Practice. Because you have to create a new neural pathway which will then cut this habit and then takes a new route where everything is measured. The Buddha says, Kalena Kalam. You talk when the time comes. This is a sutta for that, how to talk. Wait. Wait for your turn. Just don't blurt something. That's much. Yeah. Fine. All right. We'll end. It's already 11, 2.5 hours today. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.